Merry Christmas. I'm Scoot. I'm kind of making the rounds on social media, Scoot on the Facebook and Instagram, and now on YouTube. And I want to thank those of you who are joining me here on Scoot on the YouTube. It's pretty much the same message, but I just wanted to hit all three of these platforms. And again, a very Merry Christmas to all of you on this Christmas Eve. I went to church tonight. Really sad because it's a tradition for me to go to midnight mass, but because of the pandemic, no midnight mass. And I had to make a reservation. Yeah, they checked my name off, and I came in. I got on the side. I got one of the small side pews to myself, which was really, really cool. But everybody was wearing a mask, and everything seemed to be really cool. And most people were social distancing. People were social distancing in the pews. But when for like communion and leaving, everybody gets right up next to each other. So I hope, but everybody was wearing a mask. So, that's pretty cool. Hey, there's some great Christmas movies on tonight. A Christmas Story is on WTBS continuously. I guess it's going to be on for the next 24 hours, but I love that as a great background. It's just a great thing to have on in the background, like tonight and then tomorrow. And, there's so many things you can do, and then just check in with the movie when you want to, but just, love having it there. But that's on WTBS going on right now. And then A Christmas Vacation just ended, National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation. And the movie Four Christmases is about to start. If you've never seen that movie, look for it. Four Christmases. And it may be a movie because of the title, you've just bypassed it, you haven't seen it. It's really funny. And it's very relatable for a couple. It doesn't matter where you are in your couple. It's really about this couple going to visit his family and her family. So it's Four Christmases. And it's about how sometimes our family embarrasses us because of the things that they say and do. And sometimes we're finding ourselves in a position where it's hard to be around somebody else's family because they're kind of kooky and you don't really get it. And then your spouse or your partner can be kind of embarrassed about all of that. So it's a very relatable movie. It stars Vince Vaughn and Reese Witherspoon. And there's a great scene where Vince Vaughn goes to visit his family. And his brother is Jon Favreau. Jon Favreau and Vince Vaughn did Swingers together. And I believe the dad in Four Christmases is Robert Duvall. And he is crazy. So again, I found it very relatable and very funny. My favorite is Love Actually. I love the movie. It's about relationships. It's about all kinds of relationships, whether you're single or married, happily married, not so happily married. And I know if that's the case, you really struggle during Christmas. It deals with the loss of a loved one. So it really does touch on many, many aspects of relationships. So, if you haven't seen it, it's brilliantly done, well written. The directing is great. The way they use the music and the soundtrack is brilliant. And I love Billy Mack. Oh, on A Christmas Story, this was a movie. It's about Ralphie, getting the BB gun. And it was filmed in 1983. But because of the way it was filmed, it looks like a vintage film from the 30s and 40s. And that's the era that it depicts. The house that they used in Indiana is renovated, and they take the public on tours, and you can even rent it out for a sleepover. So you can sleep in the house. God, I hope those dogs aren't there. I mean, you'd never get to sleep if those dogs were there. It's a classic. And as I mentioned on Facebook just a few minutes ago, A Christmas Story, and I didn't know this, A Christmas Story was based on a series of semi-autobiographical stories that were printed in Playboy magazine, Playboy, between 1964 and 1966. And you would have never thought that of a movie like A Christmas Story, but it's again, it's fun. So, let's just do what we can to get through this Christmas. If you have traveled, be safe in your travels back, and be safe when you get there. I gave up going to the Roosevelt Hotel in downtown New Orleans, which has just a spectacular Christmas display in their lobby. And it's something I do every year, but when Mass was over, it's like all these people are trying to cram in the door. I'm going, "Nah, I'm not. I'm not gonna go there." Maybe I'm being a little overly paranoid. I know that's a possibility. Maybe I'm being too cautious, but I think we all have to do what we have to do. And for Christmas 2020, I'm very happy. I'm content to do what I feel like I need to do to stay safe and to keep my family safe. But a lot of people traveled. And there are some predictions of the Thanksgiving surge, now a Christmas surge. So, look, I hope everything works out great. I'm going to be optimistic and positive, but wear a mask, social distance, and just because it's a small gathering, and what does that mean? I mean, for some people, that might mean 4 people. For others, it might mean 24 people. Uh, if it's not people that you're around all the time and in the company of all the time, then they're not part of your group. So, just be careful because we want everybody to get through this, and we want to get through this because I'm making a sacrifice this year because I expect Christmas 2021 to be great. And the more we do to cut the spread, and then with the vaccine now being reality, we're going to get through this. And I want to get back to going to concerts. I want to get back to doing all the things that I used to do. And I know you feel the same way. So I'm Scoot. Thank you for joining me on Scoot on the YouTube, and very Merry Christmas to everyone.